Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to discuss about the muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. Basically we will be discussing about the psoas major muscle and psoas minor muscle. Then we will be learning about the iliacus and finally about the quadratus lumborum. So these are the four muscles that will support the posterior abdominal wall: psoas major, psoas minor, iliacus and the quadratus lumborum. We will be making sure we learn about the origin and insertion, its actions and nerve supply. We will be learning individually about the origin, insertion, actions and the nerve supply of all these major muscles. So firstly we will be discussing about the psoas major muscle. Psoas major. So the psoas major is a thick and long muscle. It's a thick and long muscle and it extends from the sides of the lumbar vertebra to the lesser trochanter of the femur, and it is also enclosed in a fascia that is called as the psoas sheath. Psoas sheath, that is a fascial sheath that is enclosing the psoas major. So coming to the origin part, I am describing origin as O. So origin of the psoas major muscle is it basically arises from 14 slips that you need to remember. 14 slips. In those 14 slips, the first 5 slips will originate from the T12 to L5 vertebra, and these first 5 slips are arising from the intervertebral discs. And then we have the next 5 slips, and these will arise from the transverse processes of the vertebra. And then we have the 4 slips, right? Remaining the 4 slips will arise from the bodies of the lumbar vertebra. So 5 slips T12 to L5, they are arising from the intervertebral discs, and then we have the transverse process, and last 4 we have from the body of the vertebra. So origin in terms of 14 slips, the transverse process, intervertebral disc and body of the vertebra. So this is about the origin of the psoas major. So what about its insertion? It is inserted into the tip of the lesser trochanter of the femur. Tip of lesser trochanter of the femur. So that is where the insertion of the psoas major looks like. Then what about the nerve supply? We have to know about the nerve supply. Nerve supply I am denoting it by N. So nerve supply of the psoas major is it is from the direct branches from the ventral rami of L1 to L4 spinal nerves. We have direct branches from the L1 to L4 spinal nerves, ventral rami. And what about the actions? Actions for A, and actions are, it is a chief flexor of the hip joint. Chief flexor at thigh, flexor of thigh at the hip joint. Chief flexor of the thigh at the hip joint, and it also flexes the trunk on the thigh. That is the action of the psoas major. Now we will discuss about the psoas minor muscle. So coming to the psoas minor muscle. So this muscle is present in about 50% of the individuals, and it is absent in remaining 50% of the individuals. So when it is present, it will run downward in front of the psoas major. So coming to the origin of the psoas minor, what about the origin? It originates from the side of the intervertebral disc between T12 and L1. Between T12 and L1 we have the intervertebral disc, right? It arises from the side of this intervertebral disc. So what about the insertion of the psoas minor? It is inserted into the iliopubic eminence. Iliopubic eminence. We have known about the iliopubic eminence in another video about the abdomen. Make sure to watch that. And finally we have the nerve supply, right? What about the nerve supply of the psoas minor? It is a branch from the L1 spinal nerve. So L1 spinal nerve will supply the nerve supply of the psoas minor. Then we have the action, right? Action for A. So action is a weak flexor of the trunk. It is a weak flexor of the trunk. So this is about the psoas minor. Now we will discuss about the iliacus muscle. Next muscle is iliacus, right? So what about the iliacus? Iliacus is a large triangular fan shaped muscle. And it lies along the lateral side of the psoas major muscle. So what about the origin of the iliacus? Origin, it arises from the upper 2/3 of floor of the iliac fossa. What you need to remember is the floor of the iliac fossa. from where it arises, floor of the iliac fossa, and also about the inner lip of the iliac crest and upper surface of the lateral part of sacrum. So what you need to remember, floor of the iliac fossa, the inner lip of the iliac crest, and also lateral part of the sacrum. That's where the origin of the iliacus comes from. And finally, where is it inserted? Those fibers will converge and they are finally inserted into the anterior surface of the lesser trochanter. Anterior surface of the lesser trochanter of the femur bone. That's where the iliacus muscle is inserted. And what about the nerve supply? So the nerve supply is by the femoral nerve, very important nerve, that is the femoral nerve, which is supplying the iliacus muscle, and this femoral nerve takes its branch from the L2, L3 and L4 spinal segments. And what about the finally action of the iliacus? So the psoas along with the psoas major, it also causes flexion of the thigh. It causes flexion of the thigh at the hip joint, and also the lumbar part of the vertebral column. Flexion of the lumbar part of the vertebral column also it causes. So this is about the action of the iliacus. Finally, we will discuss about the quadratus lumborum muscle. So the last muscle is about the quadratus lumborum. So the quadratus lumborum is a thick quadrilateral sheet of the muscle, and it fills the medial half of the gap between the 12th rib and also the iliac crest. Majorly, this bulk of the muscle will fill the gap between the rib and the iliac crest. So the quadratus lumborum it is also enclosed between the anterior and the middle layer of the thoracolumbar fascia. We have complete anatomy of the thoracolumbar fascia in another video, make sure to watch that. So it fills the gap between the anterior and the middle layer of the thoracolumbar fascia. That's about the quadratus lumborum. So what about the origin of the quadratus lumborum? It arises from the inner lip of iliac crest, inner lip of iliac crest. Then it also arises from the iliolumbar ligament. Iliolumbar ligament, that's about the origin, and it also arises from the 2 to 4 transverse process of lumbar vertebra as well. We have the lumbar vertebra, right, arises from the transverse process of the lumbar vertebra, iliolumbar ligament and inner lip of the iliac crest. That's about the origin of the quadratus lumborum. And what about the insertion? Where is it inserted? The insertion is all the way up to the medial part of the anterior surface of 12th rib. So we have the 12th rib, right, in the anterior medial part of the 12th rib, that's where it inserted. It goes from the iliac crest all the way above up to the 12th rib and inserted into the anterior and medial part of the 12th rib on either sides. So what about the nerve supply finally? It is supplied by the ventral rami of T12 spinal segment and also of L1 to L4 lumbar spinal nerves, L1 to L4 lumbar spinal nerves and also T12 spinal segment. That's about the nerve supply. And finally, what about the actions of the quadratus lumborum? It is a lateral flexor of the lumbar, lateral flexor of the lumbar vertebral column, and it fixes the 12th rib during inspiration for effective contraction of the diaphragm. It is the muscles of both sides will act together and extend the lumbar vertebral column. They are also flexor and both of them will act for the extension also. So this was about the anatomy of the muscles of the posterior abdominal wall. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe and also share it to your other friends. Thank you so much.